Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket, FM.com.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all caramel latte sales in June go to the Casa for Lincoln County. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Hamann Jewelry, here to drop some knowledge bombs on how to wow your woman. Size matters, but not the way you're thinking, guys. Make sure you know her ring size before you even think about popping the question. If you aren't a surprise kind of guy, ask her. I bet she knows her size. If you are a surprise kind of guy, bring in a piece and we can get close to the right size. We will make it perfect for her when the time is right. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Hamann Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter. every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is Wednesday. It is hump day, folks. Thanks for joining us on this smooth Wednesday morning. It's cool out. I think the high was only about 63 out here. We got AG holding down in H-Town. Raff, the mayors of North Platte. Good morning, fellas.
Good morning. How you doing, guys?
Doing good, man. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. It's 88 and a little rainy outside and windy, so just the morning. It'll brush off to the afternoon.
Already 88 degrees at 8:26 in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's the whole reason I'm down here.
88 beats 8, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Especially when it's like November, December. Yeah, it's gonna beat that all the time.
I know that's right.
I'll be
Rafferty, how's things in H-Town, man? I'm sorry, North Platte.
Oh, not too bad. About 63 degrees. I mean, it feels like football weather. I mean, let's start practices. Let's go. It's game on. I'm ready for football.
Oh no. The players are like, no, hold up. No, yeah, check that back. We still got about a month.
No, it's time, AG.
Time on our own. Yeah, this is the time of year. So this time I'll be just come out of mini camp and then planning my family vacay. And usually we would go to either Florida or California for Disneyland because the kids were little. So we'll hit the Disneyland or Disney World in Orlando. We went a couple times, and that was the game plan. Or go somewhere warm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be back in Wisconsin, or if I was with the Texans or with Seattle, I'm gonna be back in the heat with a helmet and shoulder pads on. Or if it was training camp, then 2 days in Lincoln. I just laid around the house, didn't do much because it was like training camp is coming. It's like, oh my God, no, you know you got to do it, but no.
Rafferty, hey, my man. So, how many more days you got left in North Platte?
Oh, let's see here. What is today? Wednesday. So we got 4 more days of work, and then I'll come back Sunday morning. So 5 more days, I think. I think this is day 8.
You'll be back to the capital city.
This home show stuff, right? That's what you get.
It's Nebraska Land Days, so we're just traveling around selling lottery and scratch tickets all around all the festive places of North Platte. So,
gotcha.
Yep, a lot of Raff's roadies out here.
I love it. Gotta have them.
What's the concert this weekend out there in North Platte, Nebraska Land Days, bro?
Oh, we got Parker McCullum and Jelly Roll.
Now I've heard of Jelly Roll.
Me too. I've heard of Jelly Roll.
You heard, but what about who's Parker McCullum? Is it country?
Yeah, he's kind of younger guy. Yeah, I guess he's pretty good. I mean, I've heard of him, but Jelly Rolls definitely. They said that one's already sold out.
Oh, I'm sure.
Crazy. So I'm sure it'll be a wild one out here.
And the name Jelly Roll works. Nobody will ever forget that name. Great planning, great marketing, initiation. There you go.
It's like College World Series rates at the hotels too. It's like during the week, normal rates, Jelly Roll concert, $600.
Oh, that's why I get mad. I mean, I understand hotels got to make their coin, but I'm like, come on,
Man.
come on, because I go to cons and stuff like that, big cons like San Diego Comic Con coming up here at the end of July, and the rate in downtown San Diego probably goes from like I say at least 150 to 200 to about almost $4 something a night. I'm like, come on. Like,
hey, that surcharge. We think the Uber surcharge is something. Them hotels are like, hold my drink, watch this.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, get ready to get the notary ready because you're going to find a loan to stay at our hotel for about a week.
Yeah, you're going to need a notary in that joker, man. Fellas, did you guys see this, man? This was Notre Dame. The number of loaded dudes they got, as far as former Steelers and just former NFL players. Plaxico Burress.
Always bringing up the Steelers.
Yep. Not as if you
Hey, no, Raff, he has not mentioned the Steelers in a while, so I think he's been good. So one mention and he's not gonna be. Yeah. We can't jump on him too hard.
AG, I try to keep. I stay up on them daily, but I try to keep it to where I know all the people we listen to don't necessarily like the Steelers. Like unlike some people who bring up a certain team to the west of us.
All the
it's
time.
It's to where like you gag on. It's like you know. I used to. AJ, I'm gonna tell you the story, man. Okay. I hate green beans to this day. I hate them. I can't stand.
You say you hate Green Bay to this day?
Green beans.
Green beans.
Oh,
green
beans.
My bad. Because I had to eat them when I was little because my mom made me eat them.
Yeah.
So I have this taste aversion if I even smell them. It's the same thing with the Broncos because Raff always brings them up. Ooh. They're like green beans to me. They're like you're dead to me. And I used to be somewhat. I always be somewhat. Be cool with the Broncos. But he brings up those ugly colors all the time, and it's like I can't stand them anymore, man. I can't stand them. So back to the story at point. Here we got. Here's what we have. All right. Plaxico Burr's son is going to Notre Dame. Ike Taylor's son is going to Notre Dame, and Jerome Bettis' son is going to be playing football at Notre Dame.
Oh my goodness!
And obviously, we never know if they're going to be good or not. But I just thought that was ironic that all of their sons are going to Notre Dame.
I'll say this. If Notre Dame has them coming to the school, they got some credit to the name. They've done something. All right. Because I remember, I think I told you about my Notre Dame visit. It wasn't my greatest visit as a high school athlete, but I will tell you this, on that visit, who it was myself, Randy Moss, Kevin Falk, Dan Kendra, Tim Ritter. Let me go. Sean Alexander.
Oh wow.
Who else? Name a D lineman. Takeo Spikes. Okay.
Really?
Yes, that was on a rookie. That was not rookie. Recruitment class weekend.
Yeah.
That was one weekend, and that was just like 5-6 of us. It was like 20 of us there, and all of us were all them. Oh, Corey Minor, Dalen McCutcheon. That was all in the same weekend.
Who was your running back coach again that year when you were there to Notre Dame?
The running back coach.
Not the coach, but one of the players.
Farmer. Last name was Farmer. Tony. Was it Tony Farmer?
Oh no, Tony was a Husker player.
Yeah, Tony played basketball.
But no, there was a Farmer. It was a Farmer. Last name running back by the name of Farmer in '97. Or that would have been '95. That would have been '95 Notre Dame roster. It was a Farmer. And Lee Becton. I think Lee Becton might have been there.
So basically, AG was saying, if I come to Notre Dame, you guys will be sitting on the bench next year.
No, sit on the bench and riding the bike for 4 years. You're gonna have a Huff, get a Huffy or a BMX. I'm like, man, I got a car now. Why would I come to college to ride a bike, bro?
I looked it up. AG was it Robert Farmer?
Yes, you're right, Farmer. Robert Farmer.
I had to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. You got all those three of their sons are going to the same school at Notre Dame. And Notre Dame is going to be an enigma for me this year, too, to see what Freeman does with those guys this year, coming up short the way they did. But, it just makes me excited for college sports. Was just coming across that.
Yeah,
folks, go ahead.
Real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off, Eddie. But the problem that Notre Dame is always going to have They're like Ice Cube. They the school that everybody loves to hate. Because you grow up. I remember growing up seeing Notre Dame on Saturday mornings or 12 o'clock kickoff every Saturday. And
every Saturday.
I'm like, why are they getting every Saturday 12 o'clock? And my brother Nicky was like, yeah, because they Notre Dame. And I didn't understand it that then. I was a freshman in high school. I had no clue. I just knew I knew they were a good team. I knew they played USC or UCLA every year or whatever. But I didn't get it. But as I grew up, I was like, oh, okay. They that squad. They got money everywhere. Got it.
You know what? Speaking of that though, AG, let me see. I told Raff this, man. I hated Notre Dame before I went there and spoke over about 10, 12 years ago. Buddy of mine, Keith Embray, good brother, man. He's at University of Utah now. But he brought me in to speak for their football team, their athletic department, basically all their athletes. And Schwarbuck, who just retired, their athletic director, gave me a tour when I first got there, bro. And I remember telling Raff this. I didn't realize until I got there that the DeBartolo family, the former owners of the 49ers, were alumnus of Notre Dame.
I found that out too.
Yes. So AG, there's all this DeBartolo, as you know, there's all those DeBartolo buildings down there and DeBartolo research halls, etc. And so he's giving me a tour. And I got to be honest, y'all. We got in that locker room and we went through their trophy room. You're seeing the 4 horsemen. You're seeing the Heisman trophies. You're seeing the championships. Bro, it was nostalgic. I'm like, you don't have to be, if you're just a fan of sports, you get goosebumps looking at all that history in there. And I don't know, I had a whole new respect for Notre Dame after I went and visited. Like I said, I'm still not going to be, rocking Notre Dame hats or anything like that. But, but it was cool, man, just to see their facilities, the history of that, etc. And that NBC deal. What tripped me out, fellas, was when I walked in that stadium, you only saw one sign. Nebraska, you see like, Dodge of North Platte for Nebraska or something like that, or all these different signs.
UBT and First National. Yeah, it just one.
NBC that pays him I think about $50 million a year for those exclusive rights. And I think that deal goes through 2029. And then they get obviously the 17 million, from other things. But like I said, that NBC is the only sign you see that's hung up around Notre Dame Stadium, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Sir. It's crazy.
Yes, power to them. That's all I gotta say. More power to you.
Yes, indeed. We got a full show for you today. What'd you go say, Raff? What'd you say, brother?
I was gonna say it'll be interesting to see if they start putting the ads on the field, if they do anything with that.
Well, you guys
Soccer does that. Soccer does that.
Soccer does?
And rugby, international soccer and international rugby does that. They have like it's almost like it's a digital advertisement, but it's not on, like it's only on the camera. So if you're at the game, you don't see it. But if you're on home watching it on TV, you see it on the field when they're running up and down. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. And the European teams or leagues have been doing this for like at least 10 years, if not longer. They've been doing it for a long time.
The early break, the guys were talking about it a couple of days ago, or maybe last week, actually, we're talking about it, to where would you see one of those emblems come up on at University of Nebraska by the logo or something like that?
The drive.
Yeah.
There you go. See our faces.
Folks, we got a full show for you today. Talk about the passing of an icon in baseball, CWS. We got, this whole thing that's going on with the walk-ons right now nationwide in sports. We got some things to discuss about that as well. Full show for you this Hump Day Wednesday. Again, the ticket team will be advertising live from the Blur from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. tonight. And I do believe there are tickets available. But I don't know. Actually, before I say that, I better check and find that out, guys, because yesterday's game was canceled. I don't know.
Rain, right?
Yes.
That's what I assume. They didn't say nothing on ESPN website. It just said postpone. It didn't say rain or tornado or anything like that. I figured it was one of the two. So
we had a combination of just it was a lot of rain, a lot of wind. Not sure what took place in Omaha, but there was a lot of it came here. And in fact, I even took Raff. What time did I text you last night? 7 or so, maybe, give or take.
Yeah, I think so. Right around there.
Yeah, because it came through here a couple times hard. Just rained hard, so I'm sure they didn't want to keep playing the game. But nevertheless, I'll check with the guys to see if those tickets are available for Blur, if those carried over from the Tennessee fans in today's game. But regardless, folks, this is The Drive. It's Wednesday. We got Ahman in H-Town. We got the mayor there in North Platte. Me and my man Benjamin are kicking it here at the Mothership. We'll be right back. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. See a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. An afternoon high around 72. Tonight, showers and storms will likely below around 63. And tomorrow, a continued chance of showers and storms. It will be warmer, though, with the high around 87. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first.
That sounds like a match made in heaven.
Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And right now they are offering huge, and I mean huge discounts at Koppel. Get over $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing on select Sierras or Silverados. Plus, Costco members receive another $1,000 off. Yes, that's happening right now in Louisville. $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing. You pick what works for you. Costco members, please contact us at the store or at KoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Play ball! Tired of the same old routine? Then bring your crew out to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. Enjoy action-packed home games all week long from May through August. It's the perfect change-up to the typical family night or makes for a home run outing with friends and coworkers. Experience the magic and get in on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets now. Unleash the fun.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness. And I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wednesday morning.
Oh, well, okay. All right.
AG in Houston.
Now we got AD singing. He got some melody.
Mayor. Fellas, I got some breaking news for you, man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Love it.
Breaking news, the Detroit Pistons have fired head coach Monty Williams today, just about 15 minutes ago. Stunning end to a marriage, guys, that began with a lot of fanfare just a little over a year ago. Dude, guys, Raff, AG, he just signed a 6-year, $78.5 million contract, which at the time, there were incentives that were the biggest for a head coach in NBA history. Surpassed even Popovich, surpassed Spoelstra, and it made it to a 1-year mark. So now their GM, Tom Gores, who I say his last name, is trying to find his 6th head coach since 2011. You're going, I mean, 1 year. Now, I know they were bad. Fellas, 1 year?
Yeah.
In the words of Ed Orgeron, show me the door.
Hey, that's what Monty's saying. He's getting 65 still. You know, it ain't no sweat off his brow. So it's unfortunate. I'm probably like he's about this much disappointed.
Yeah.
That's about a good year of work.
AD.
Yeah, he's like what Tupac said. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
I
that's what
definitely
he's probably bumping right now. He's
No.
probably bumping that right now.
Ben, would you walk away with knowing you had 55 mil still coming?
I would take 1 mil and walk away.
Gotta go.
If they would say 1 million, you don't have to do this job anymore, I'd be like, yes,
I'm out.
please.
Yeah, it was a rough season.
Oh man.
I wonder what
Well, you guys check this out, Raff and AG. So he's the 3rd coach under Tom Gores to lose his job without making it past 2 seasons. Lawrence Frank, he had Maurice Cheeks, Stan Van Gundy. Those guys lasted 4 years, and Dwayne Casey lasted 5. And you got Monty Williams that lasted just a year, and he's got a lot of money coming to him still. But man, and now was Detroit awful bad? Yes, I mean they were absolutely horrible. But I'm thinking, man, I guess they just got it like that in the coffers when you just say, yeah, 1 year, we're done with you, man.
So much for the rebuild.
Yeah.
Did you see Pascal Siakam? He signed, or they're offering him 4 years, $189 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy money.
He earned it. He definitely earned it.
That's a lot of loot. 4 years, you say 4 years, $125?
189.
189. He earned it. You know, great.
I don't know if he
great
earned
season.
that much.
What's that?
So I don't know if he earned it that much, but
Hey, he did something. He did something. And sometimes that's all you need to do something.
I ain't mad at him. But I'm just saying I don't know if it was that much.
It goes either way. Either you don't do much, you know, you can put a season on a coach that was I say a glitch. It's a glitch season for the Pistons. They probably do a lot better next year, but but it's going to be different with another coach. and getting a whole new scheme, but it should be, it's going to happen probably not again for a while. So it just was one of those years that it was something to do either with communication, locker room morale, or a combination of all that. And even GM, or even, people over that run the organization may had a finger to do with it, being in places, saying things to players or coaches that probably rub people the wrong way sometimes, because I've been in that situation myself. And it could be a combination of all that. So it makes it a perfect storm for a team to really not be nowhere near their potential to win in a professional league. Because when you have 3 or 4 things that make a storm at the professional level, you will have a product on the court or on the field or on the baseball diamond that will look like, why are these guys a pro team? Like something doesn't look right. They're not winning. They're not playing defense or something. That's when because you have a perfect combination of drama or suspense or something we don't see and don't know from the outside looking in.
True.
Hey, one thing I want to ask. I mean, I feel like not only just NBA, but like NFL as well. I feel like teams are so much more inclined to like move off of a coach earlier than they used to be. Like, I don't feel like,
I agree with you.
Yeah, like, I don't like, do you guys know why that kind of is, or like why you feel like it's trending that way? Cause I mean, I feel like teams after like 2-3 years just are way more apt to throw in the towel on a coach, especially when they're giving all that money.
AG, you play at the highest level. This is just in Raff, we followed these things for a long time. I want to get both here. First of all, Ben, that's a great question, man.
Yes.
I think because number one, owners, there's more money involved, from TV rights, licensing fees, and things of that nature, to where unfortunately people become more disposable. And I hate to use that word, but that's the truth. I mean, people become more disposable.
Yeah.
And many times these GMs are saying, look, it's either you or it's going to be me.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they will make those moves. And also sometimes when you have some players that you're paying, like just Raff just mentioned, these sick amount of money, if they're not clicking with their coaches, they're getting rid of that coach usually before they get rid of you. They're locked in.
Yeah. Players league more than a coach's league.
It's changed a lot. Those are just a few. I know there's more, but just a few. AG, what's your input on it, man?
I would say it's a combination of what Ben mentioned and what you just talked about, AD. With the money being where it is today for all professional sports here in America, it's kind of an instant hot seat to a GM or owner if the winning's not there. And obviously the winning wasn't at all here in Detroit situation, but you look at any other sport, football, baseball, basketball as well, and football, it may happen only if I say that head coach really didn't have that connect with the players. You might have a bad season, but if you don't have, you usually have a good connection with your players as a football coach, but sometimes rarely you do. And when you do have that, you don't have that connection, then yeah, you're out of there because the GM is like, he heard from he made it talk to key players like leaders on the team and then put up a plan, put a plan together from those conversations to say, you know what, we need to move on from this guy, or sit down with that coach and talk with them and find out through the conversation that he may not be, in the right mindset or not connected with the players or some of his assistants as well to be on the same play to come up with a strategy every game for 16, 17 weeks. So it's a combination of that stuff. And I'll say, for most teams that have that happen, it just sucks because then now it's automatic, like Raff started this conversation with, it's automatic rebuild. That at the back end of it. And now you got to figure out what type of coach you're going hunt for to bring in and to replace who you just had in the office.
Yeah. And it's so what have you done for me lately? Not only just coaches, but players, because you have, like, you look at young quarterbacks back in the day, you get drafted, you'd hope that maybe you could sit them out for a year, maybe 2 years. Now, all of a sudden, you've had these quarterbacks that have came into the league and been successful right away. You have like the Joe Burrows and stuff like that. Well, now you draft a quarterback and you're like, well, you want to get him on the field. The Chiefs were lucky. They had Alex Smith, so they were able to, let Patrick Mahomes learn for a year. The Packers have always been stubborn. They with like Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, but they've had quarterbacks in front of them. You had Aaron Rodgers in front of them. You had Brett Favre in front of Aaron Rodgers. So they've had a chance to be patient with their young quarterbacks. But most teams, when you take a quarterback in the first round, it's saying they probably don't have a good quarterback there at the time. So they're forced to, play right away. Well, the coaches are the same way. There's coaches that come and they're successful the first year. Well, these teams see that and they're like, well, that coach was able to go to that team and be successful the first year. So then it just puts the pressure on, the Monty Williamses of the world and stuff like that. And then and like you said, AG, the organization, they feel it. Like the talk that goes on, with the GM, the ownership, the players. If you hire a coach, pretty much, that what kind of connection he has with that team. Like, yeah, I go back, hate to bring up the Denver Broncos again, but like Nathaniel Hackett, for instance, I mean,
yeah,
he was out in 14 games.
Yeah.
And it was just, and everybody in the organization was like, yeah, it just was not a, and so in today's world, you've got to move on as quick as possible. And then these coaches get paid, crazy millions of dollars because when they first signed the contract, it's like, okay, well, we're putting all of our eggs in that basket. However, that basket's easily, you get rid of it pretty quickly.
Is a guaranteed basket for the coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Which is, I say, okay, because now Monty Williams can, as they say, go fishing for about a year if he wants to.
Yeah, he can go fishing for a long time. Buy a lake if you want to, dog.
Buy a lake.
Man, he could buy a fishing crew, right? He could rent out a fishing crew for a year and he'd still be good.
Hey,
Holmes Lake is now private.
Yeah, you got to get your boats out. This is Monty Williams Lake. Thank you very much, Detroit.
Exactly. No sweat off his brow. So obviously for coach, it's a time then to reflect on the past year for himself and his family and everything. And obviously can reconnect with his family if he decides to stay home and not go back into the coaching pool. Because he probably go somewhere, get hired real fast as an assistant.
Yeah.
Because he had success. When he was with the Suns, in the first couple of years, I say first year,
coach of the year.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So he is a credible coach to have on his staff, and so I'm pretty sure he's got takers already calling him. It's just now he could play the game. It's just a recruiting game now for him. You know what? I'm in a power position, so I can either sit at home with my family, or I could just say, you know what, I'm gonna go and just build my mechanics coaching from position I played at this team here. He can make up his decision with no pressure.
When you said mechanics, I thought you were going to say his golf mechanics. I was saying that's what I was thinking, dog.
No, coaching mechanics, man. He was a big guy. Teaching how to post up properly. He could go to certain coaches that have a better expertise of it. Not swinging off the back nine, bro. Not that one.
Hey, guys, before you throw it to break, I got to let everybody know the first hour was sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of openings in sales, traveling, sports, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Got it. Boom.
When we come back, folks, we got some history to discuss. David from Renew, you're hilarious, brother. I can't beat all that. I'm just going to say, he says, because the owners are dying soon, they want to see results.
Hey, that's a morbid fact. That's a morbid fact.
Hey, David, no lies detected, my brother.
It's morbid, but it's a fact.
It is. Folks, we'll be back. We got AG and H-Town. We got Raff, the mayor of North Platte. Me and Benjamin are right here at the mothership, 937 A Ticket. We'll be right back with history. It's The Drive, 937 A Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-on, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Seems like just the other day I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at gainatrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now they are offering huge, and I mean huge discounts at Koppel. Get over $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing on select Sierras or Silverados. Plus, Costco members receive another $1,000 off. Yes, that's happening right now in Louisville. $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing. You pick what works for you. Costco members, please contact us at the store or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Summertime is here, so get out your grills and smokers. Fairway has all you need for USDA prime or choice cuts of beef, all natural pork, chicken and seafood, and a selection of veal, lamb, bison, and Wagyu cuts. Now through June 17th, enjoy Lincoln's favorite 8-ounce USDA choice bacon wrapped sirloin filet for just $4.99 each. That's all at Fairway Meat Market and the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
When you look at Nebraska baseball, I mean, a 40-win season, best pitching in the Big Ten, above average offense for the Big Ten. You go to regionals, far and away the best pitching staff, but a good half a run below even the third worst offense in that regional. When you look at Nebraska baseball, is that a program that needs to improve the pitching first or the lineup first to be able to make more of a dent in the postseason?
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back here at the Mothership 10th Street, live from 90.7 The Ticket. Also partnered with The Mill. Come down, have a cup of coffee, have a meeting, come read a book. Just come down and chill and check us out, folks. We got Ahman there in H-Town, Raff in North Platte, the mayor. We have the boss man, DP, Big Bros in the house. Good morning, DP.
Good morning.
DP, on this history segment, man, this was huge. I was thinking about having you come on that 8:30. I was like, no, I want to do this for the history hour. I think it's spot on for this. The passing of Willie Mays, the great Willie Mays. Say, hey, kid, he was just an amazing icon for baseball for a lot of reasons. How you being a baseball guy as well, multi-sport athlete, what was the impact of Willie Mays, and what is Willie Mays' impact to baseball and to our world?
There's some deep water there. Because Willie had to. One, he's the reason why there's West Coast baseball. If they're not a part of the move, if he's doesn't have the star factor and take that Giants team out of New York and get it to San Francisco with a national star, they missed some things. They had Orlando Cepeda, Willie McCovey already out there, but which were their things. But Willie coming from New York to San Francisco, and then leading the majors in home run three years in a row out there. He also was a great ambassador. The big part of Willie was the baseball was iconic, but the person was even more so. Like on the Mount Rushmore of really good people who went through some friction.
Right.
He went through it. Like he went through it. I mean, you talk about in several of the leagues that he was playing in. Once he got out of the Negro leagues, he was the only black person playing on the East Coast leagues. And so he took some heat. Like he took some real, like you talk about that Jackie Robinson heat. Willie took that heat, and he took it in such a unique way. And it is historically weird how we make our great people go through that stuff.
You look at this, DP, I want to ask you this, being a Virginia,
yeah.
And you look at today, we celebrate June 19th, Juneteenth, as we call it, 1865, when the obviously 4 years after Emancipation of Proclamation, and yet there were still folks in Galveston who were just learned they were free.
Just getting the news.
Got the news just all those years later. And you look at an icon like him, you mentioned the things he endured and went through that me and you and Ahman as men of color, we can't possibly fathom.
Yeah.
And they did it with so much dignity.
Yeah, I mean, that's Willie. That's the word. That really is kind of the word that if you're going to identify Willie. I mean, let's say this. As a baseball player, he was so much better than everybody else at everything. If he had decided he was going to lead the entire universe in home runs, he would have done so. 300 hitter, 660 home runs, no juice in the vicinity, great throwing arm. But the part that people miss, the two parts. One, there's no star for IQ. And this is what people miss with Willie. Willie
had the greatest baseball IQ of any player in baseball history. Now let me say it again so you get this. Willie Mays was the smartest, had the highest IQ of any baseball player ever. This was a guy that, they talk about the catch, right? And everybody talks about athletically, he's an alien. He's an alien to run on an outfield a ball that was hit 460 feet. Most outfielders in center field standing at 350, 360. To make that diagonal run, and he described the play, and he said, first of all, I'd be offended if any ball that was hit within the park I didn't catch. Offended. Second of all,
I like that mindset.
Sprint of a ball that 99.9% of outfielders would not get to. He said that in the process, halfway there, he says, there's 2 runners on, and I've got to figure out a way to get this ball back in.
As he's running.
Assuming that he's going to make the catch. And then said halfway through it, right? And we see the backwards basket catch, but halfway through it, he's like, oh, I'm there. I just need to make sure I get the ball right. Now, mind you, he caught the ball at 460 and was still running towards the fence.
Yep.
Pivoted and spun, didn't take 3 steps, took 1 step, pivoted, and launched a missile, an absolute missile, back to the relay man. And you go, he told the story of, they said, well, how do you approach at the plate? And he goes, well, they used to say that I couldn't hit the curveball. That was in my scouting report. And he said, so what he would do is early in the count, he would poorly swing at a curveball. He would just make it look terrible. And they said, well, why'd you do that? He says, because that pitcher is going to think that I can't hit their curveball. And then at a 2-strike count with a runner on base, they're going to throw that curveball, and I'm going to put it up on the roof. And then he told the story of, they said that he had the habit of slowing down. He's on second base hit. He had a habit of slowing down as he rounded third. They said, well, why do you do that? You make the play close when it doesn't have to be. He says, because I need the outfielder to think he can throw me out, so he'll throw to the plate, and the runner on first can get to second base.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Smart.
Willie was a cheat code. He was, athletically, a cheat code. Cerebrally, he's a cheat code.
Yeah.
And then the heart of an absolute king.
Yeah.
Who from every aspect of life would share stories. I met him, 1993 in DC. He came through for an all-star convention. And Willie Mays sat in a booth in my bar and held court for 2 hours.
Of course.
And to tell you that somebody cared enough about baseball and the people in it. And he would tell the story. He said, listen, my job as an ambassador, he goes, I have to love this thing. And then if I share how much I love it, you have to love it too. Now, who says that to a guy that they just met? But he said, you have the eyes of a baseball fan. So I need to give you the gifts that I can give you. I'll be long gone, but you'll have these gifts.
Stories.
Right?
As you're sharing right now.
Right. But this is what sports does at the highest level, is that it allows us to share love stories of the things we care about. That's why I was listening this morning, you and Sip talk about baseball. I watch baseball every day. As a matter of fact, I watch several games a day. That's just how I process. Because baseball, it was America's pastime.
Yeah.
And it was how my stepdad shared love with me. It's how my grandfather, it's how my coaches in college shared love with me. It's how people who played the game, the Dusty Bakers, and how they share love of the game.
Well, you shared it with your players that you coached over the years.
That was literally my job. That on Jackie Robinson Day in the major leagues, wherever I was coaching, whenever I was coaching, there are several pictures online of this, that I collected official Jackie Robinson Day jerseys that were worn around the Major League Baseball, and I would hang them in our dugout.
Wow.
Because it forced me It forced me to tell the stories, and it forced them to be curious about it.
Right.
And hopefully, Willie Mays passing will remind people of what baseball can be. It's a vehicle and an engine for fixing what ails us as a country, as people.
Yeah.
That was what baseball was.
United us.
Right? Look, you can get together for 3 hours at a talker's pace, right?
Yeah.
And share humanity at its fullest.
Right.
Like we talk about it. Baseball is a break bread sport. Like you can sit and eat and talk and share a beverage and get up and meet other people and meet on common ground. And in that space, baseball via the Negro Leagues broke down barriers and it literally removed walls because there were sections of baseball stadiums across America where black folks and white folks couldn't cross.
Right.
And they figured that, my goodness, we're better when we're together. We really, like, everything is better when we're together. And that's what baseball did. And that's what Willie Mays was. That's what sports does. That's music when it's done well. That's what it does. Art, when it's done well, that's what it does. And then sports. In this space, in the conversations that we have, the reason why this station exists, purpose one is for us to meet and love what we love together. That's really what it is. Like, we get to come here every day from 6 a.m. to 12 midnight and talk about things and people that we love.
Folks, DP gave us and shared that wisdom. I was not going to let him get out of here. So I wanted to catch him at 8:30. You're back in your office. That's when I seen you keep up. I was like, no, we got to have DP, a man that that was around a lot of icons, seeing a lot of things, and just from life. You know, being 61 years old, there's things that you grew up and seeing that we didn't see at 50 and at 40, at 35, et cetera. And then being from Virginia, the Commonwealth, there's a lot more things that you saw growing up, being bused to different schools, et cetera.
Well, I was a part of that Alpha Project.
Absolutely.
Like, people, I keep telling people, I was one of the first kids. If you remember the Titans, like, sports fans will recognize that. Well, that was my people.
Right.
That was my Uncle Petey. That was TC was the only place I could go as a young black kid in that area and watch football, high school football on Friday night. Like that, I understood it. And the busing project that pulled me out of my neighborhood black school and put me on a bus to ride 5 miles across town to an all-white school where I was picketed the first 3 days that I was there. Imagine being 9 years old and being picketed and trying to figure out why. And what they told me, you'll get a kick out of this because it's fantastic. Imagine them telling me that okay, because we've heard the Jackie Robinson talks, right? And they said, you're going to have to be better than everybody else at everything. You're going to have to be better academically. You're going to have to be better athletically. And then you have to be better at heart. Because there are folks here that don't want you to succeed.
Not want you here.
They don't want you here. They don't want you to succeed. And when it gets tough, understand that you have a past. And they had to set this. Because remember, police officers had to walk me from the bus to the school. Just to go to school, bro. We talking about going to school.
Right. That's heavy.
So in 1970, that's how old I am. 1970. That conversation had to happen.
Right.
That, listen, bro, you can't get mad. You can't be angry. You can't be volatile. You have to find an inner peace that's going to carry you through some really difficult times. And that's what we told a 9-year-old, bro.
Folks, we got a lesson in psychology. We got a lesson in history. We got a lesson in diplomacy. Folks, the passing of Willie Mays, like I said, that is something. He was an ambassador, and he did it with so much dignity and so much class for 93 years. God rest his soul and all those he impacted. I mean, we continue on, regardless of background, race, etc., to continue to be that beacon of light that he was for so long.
Today, say hey.
Say hey. Folks, Raff, what do you got for history? DP's going to head out. He's again. Are there tickets available to blur this for today?
For today, yes, but
yesterday,
yesterday was madness.
Yes. DP, thanks a bunch. Love you, bro. You guys travel safe. Raff, what do you got, man?
Well, nothing to that level. However, this is one to make you guys feel really old. 35 years ago today, Barry Switzer resigned as head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners.
Barry Switzer, my man.
Remember we talked about that, Raff? He said he cited, financial reasons and things of that nature, right?
He had to go.
AG, what you got, brother?
All right, I got 16 years ago, 2016. On this day, we had a team, esports organization called Evil Geniuses beat another team called CLG to win the only X Games Halo championship in history. Before the event, though, this is the whole reason I got into esports coaching. All right, this event here. Before the event, Lethal, he left the EG team, the Evil Jesus team, to join the other team, the CLG team, setting up a huge epic grudge match, culminating in a Game 7 Regret Slayer. The win in Aspen marked EG's 6th LAN win in a row in series and tied the series. And so Lethal basically said he got into an argument with one of his teammates and the team manager and bounced to the other team during the tournament.
During the tournament.
So that's like me say I get mad at Coach Sherman or Mike McCarthy and say, hey, bro, I'm going to go play for you know what? I'm going to go put on that Broncos uniform for you.
Yeah.
Because they ain't giving me the ball over here in this Packer uniform right now. I was like, I need to jump into coaching. I'm not saying that esports didn't have good coaching then, but I'm like, that won't go down on my watch. So this happened at the X Games 8 years ago. I believe it was in Denver at the time. So yes, this event here happened and basically got me on the path of where I'm at right now. Motivation, a little motivation.
I love it.
So there you go.
I love it. Folks, that's our history segment today. Hopefully we fed you good this morning. Real fast, unknown texture before we go to our break. Unknown texture 5348, trying to bring it up here. Goes, my boy's obsessed with baseball. He hit his first home run yesterday at Hard Talk Field. Unknown texture, congrats to your son for knocking that home run out yesterday at Hard Talk, and it's a great sport to be obsessed with.
That is
I also was going to say this about Willie Mays too. You look at his statistics where he stands in like the all-time rankings, and a lot of people forget that he was he only played 30 games in 52, out all of 53, and didn't return back until 54. So you can only imagine what his statistics would have been like if you would have added those two years.
Yeah, so you figure the man missed over 200 and something games in, right?
Yeah.
He went to war, right? He went to
Yep.
World War I. Was it World War II? World War II.
It was Korea.
Korea, yeah.
I think it might have been Korea.
Yeah, 52. Yeah, right, Korea.
Gotcha.
Folks, that was history and a lot of good history again. Rip to the great Willie Mays, ambassador and beacon of light for not just baseball, but for humanity. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 a ticket. It's Wednesday, hump day. The team's going to be at the Blur Party starting at 10 a.m. all the way until 6 p.m. Go check them out. There are tickets available today. Go see the team down at the Blur Parties at the CWS. We'll be right back, folks.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity. Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a bow.
Corn on the cob.
Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner. Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. See a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. An afternoon high around 72. Tonight, showers and storms will likely below around 63. And tomorrow, a continued chance of showers and storms. It will be warmer, though, with the high around 87. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Play ball! Tired of the same old routine? Then bring your crew out to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. Enjoy action-packed home games all week long from May through August. It's the perfect change-up to the typical family night or makes for a home run outing with friends and coworkers. Experience the magic and get in on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets now. Unleash the fun.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Do you need your event or venue secured? Call Tank Security Team. Tank Security Team is Lincoln's #1 non-lethal security company. Tank Security Team offers first-class security with efficient and quicker response times. Hire Tank Security Team. No hassle, no headaches. Call Tank at 402-310-3589 and get secured today.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East Sports coach Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. We are back. We are back. You know, that segment with DP still gave me goosebumps just thinking about it, man. And then AG, that clip of you, look at Green, he's all by himself. Those things, you think about that, AG, and I know, you know, like I said, we're like brothers, but I still have so much respect for those calls and the way you did the game, the way you play at the highest level, because without the sacrifice of a guy like Willie Mays and the many others came on him, paved the way for you to be in a town like Green Bay to where you stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh, yeah. In 2000. Oh, yeah.
And in the years that you did it, and just to think about all those guys that came before you in their respective sports that paved the way for the likes of the Ahman Greens and so on and so forth. So it just gave me goosebumps thinking about how DP described, you know, being segregated schools, how that movie, Remember the Titans, how he lived in that area, lived during that time, and then to see how we are where you went through at Green Bay and other sports. So it's just very poignant, man. Very poignant.
Yep. And you talk about the IQ of it. What pops in my head when you talk about Willie Mays' IQ was the fact that my Little League baseball coach was a pitcher in the Negro Leagues in Los Angeles that I played with. And you talk about the IQ, he had us. I started playing baseball when I was 8. Overhand, no T-ball, straight to overhand. And I remember that first season, he taught us how to do a squeeze play. We were doing squeeze plays. This was 8, 9, and 10-year-olds doing a squeeze play, getting a bunt down. They put me. I was on third base. He made sure, he said, Ahman, if you get on third base, this is what I'm gonna teach you. We're gonna teach a couple players how to bunt it. You're gonna be the fastest kid on the team, and I want you to put that pressure on the pitcher. And I was like, okay. I didn't know what he meant by that. But I was like, all right. He said, take the biggest lead you can take on third base when you get there this week. He said, if you get there, do this. Take the biggest lead, and then so-and-so, you know, whoever's at bat is going to take a bunt. And I'm like, huh? He said, as soon as that bunt goes down, take off running. As soon as that ball hits you see it goes into fair play, take off running. Because now you got to put pressure on the pitcher to either pitch it or come to the base to try to tag you out, or the catcher to tag you out. You got to make them make a decision. And I'm like, oh, I get it. And so I was just like and then years later, obviously as a high school and college player, and I'm like, man, I was doing stuff like this when I was 8 years old. You know, and Major League Baseball teams don't do it. They do it occasionally. You see a team manufacture a run that way. And now that was teaching us how to manufacture runs. And he would say to me, Ahman, he said, Ahman, just get on first base. You're gonna hit a triple by the end of the 3 outs. I said, what? He said, because you're gonna steal every base. I was like, oh. He said, yeah, you're gonna turn that single into triple and maybe even a home run. You're gonna get in. Somebody's gonna RBI you because you're gonna get all the way to third by the time the batter strikes out or before we get to the third out. I'm like, oh, okay. Game strategy. I was just like, oh, he's just dropping it on us. It was just fun. So just, you know, knowing that Willie obviously built from the same mold, having that mindset is just, you know, spreading knowledge is just I say something that was a common thing among the Negro League players. It was and to be a part of it was for me, it was very cool, and very special.
Each one teach one.
Yep.
Each one teach one. AG, speaking of that, man, Big Slim, if you're listening, AG, I just texted you his text from yesterday.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And his number, I believe that's his number up top, and his request is at the bottom line there, asking just for your availability. So I'll let you take care of that, but I want to make sure I got that to you today.
Okay. Sounds good.
Big Slim, if you listen to my part, I just sent that to AG, so we'll have it right now on there. You guys, speaking about things that are being left out, you know, just how maybe people not being able to play or changes. Man, the elimination of the walk-ons in college football has grown bigger and it's getting louder. You guys, we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But this week at Lane Kiffin and also Kirby Smart, they spoke up and he mentioned that they would be willing to even give some of their salary up if it was a money thing. So that article I sent us, we were just kind of going over this and researching this, you guys. Do you guys think this? Now, here's the thing, folks. Because of the House versus NCAA case, which we talked about, okay, the House versus NCAA, the NCAA is now going to pay all that money out. They'll be able to share the name, image, and likeness, and players being compensated, etc. With that being said, one of the things that the House put in there was uncapping the amount of scholarships, but also keeping them at a certain number as far as overall rosters, which you think the days of having 115, 110, even 125 players on your roster is now going to be a thing of the past. But guys, what do you think of that being potentially part of that bill? Because we don't know for sure yet. But how do you think that's going to impact the walk-on programs? And it wasn't just in articles we read and the research we've done. It wasn't just Nebraska, the Wisconsins, the Iowas, etc., the Minnesotas. But you have the SEC and the ACC talking about it as well. Georgia, Ole Miss. You have yes. What's you guys' thoughts on this?
I think that you will be seeing the end of spring games in the way that we see them.
Facts.
I mean,
because that's an inventory count. The more players could come out there, the less.
Because you're not going to have enough offensive linemen to field in those games, and then you're going to D-line. And then you're probably going to see more bowl games that were blowouts like the Florida State game, because you're going to have all the opt-outs and stuff like that. Like even like Lane Kiffin was talking, like they had guys opting out that weren't even starters, but they just didn't want to get injured. So yeah, it just goes back. It's just such an interesting time in college football. I'm glad that we grew up in the time that we did, because I don't know. I never really feel like there's anything. Gosh, I hate saying this, but I just feel like it's more college football. There's more detrimental things happening to it now than positive.
Yeah, because walk-ons were, I know, for coming in Nebraska in my freshman year, was a huge part of that team. I mean, for every guy that I talked to or played against or practiced against in that locker room, I would say every 3 out of 4 guys were walk-ons. And the guys that were upperclassmen in the locker room, in the varsity locker room, that were either black shirts or starters on the O-line or wide receivers or maybe the backup running backs, were walk-ons. And in my head, it was like, I liked it because these guys, you knew these guys were here because they loved the game. Because when I figured out when I learned what a walk-on was, I'm like, this is a guy that basically saying, hey, I want to play, but there's no money for me. There's no scholarship. I'm like, well, I kind of fit that category, but I had the ability. So that's why I was offered a scholarship. But in my mind, shoot, if I didn't have the ability, but I had the want to, I would be a walk-on because I love football, or I love baseball for any sport. So those guys were in my head. I mean, as a teammate, I said, those are the dedicated ones. Those are the ones that they're paying for their school, room and board, everything. And they're paying physically as well, hitting the weight room, getting beat up out here, but also getting better. And I mentioned, like, I've talked about Ben Butenbach all the time, because he was a guy that he's a chiropractor now, and he set some vertebrae straight back in college. I was like, and he was bringing it, and he was a walk. I didn't know. I thought he was a scholarship player, and then I found out not too long after my freshman year that he was not a scholarship player. He was a walk-on. He was out here doing it because he loves the game, and he was strong, and he could do it. The only thing that I think was his negative, he wasn't a tall linebacker, but he hit like he was somebody who was 6'5", 250. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, he was about that life. And so, and it's going to just be unfortunate if it does go away, because you're then missing out on a lot of talent that gets developed, that had been developed at all schools, not just Nebraska, but all schools. There's a lot of talent that then developed into a first-round draft pick or a third rounder or All-American, stuff like that. Those are the players that we're going to miss out if this goes down. And if it doesn't, then great. We just continue using it as developmental part of that's what if I was a head coach in college football, I'm using my walk-ons. Those are definitely the developmental guys. All players are getting developed, scholarship or not. But for sure, I'm gonna put emphasis on the walk-ons, because obviously they're walking on. They're paying the extra dollar, like I mentioned, to be here and sacrificing a lot more than the scholarship player.
Raff, spot on, AG. Raff, here's some breakdowns. I want you guys to take a peek at these NCAA Division I scholarship limits. And some of these I didn't know at all. Baseball, you get 11.7 scholarships. Basketball, you only get 13. Women get 15. You have cross country, track and field, 12.5 on men, 18 for women. Obviously, the Title IX goes in there. I'm just looking up the prominent sports. All of them obviously are relevant, but I mean the ones that generate the most. College in football, FBS and FCS. FBS gets 85. FCS, I didn't realize they only get 63. Okay. Golf, only 4.5 for men, 6 for women. Raff, here's the one I really didn't know. I didn't realize that men's gymnastics only gets 6.5 scholarships.
Wow.
6.5. Women at 12. I'm reading ones pertaining to ice hockey is 18 and 18. Obviously, that's not at every school. Lacrosse is basically even at 12.5 to 12. The other one, soccer. I didn't realize that if you have a men's soccer team, you only get 9.5, almost 10 scholarships when we get 14. Swimming and diving, only 9, almost 10 scholarships. Women, 14. Volleyball, 4.5 for men, 12 for women. These are some numbers I didn't realize, fellas.
Well, look at just the baseball one. I mean,
baseball.
Baseball team, you probably have 30 guys on the team, probably.
Total.
And they've only got 11.
Yes.
Yeah. So you gotta for esports, we have 10 partials and we have 12 teams in esports competition. So I'm looking at least literally one player per team to pick up. So attrition, if I have 2 or 3 seniors graduating, then for the Overwatch team or for the Call of Duty team, I'm stuck. I've read a hope. I'm like, I don't know. Like I said, we need fun. So it's an unfortunate thing that it comes down to the dollar signs, in every team. A lot of colleges are dealing with this, and a lot of sports are dealing with this, obviously.
A lot of these details, like I said, obviously the House settlement was done. They're still working out some of the details as far as on the salary, not salary. Well, they need to be discussing that as well, but
salary cap. Just say it. Salary cap.
Salary cap. But the scholarship, before I click us a break, I want to get you guys input on this. Here's some of the reasons for their consideration of it. They're saying cost cutting. They're saying that walk-on still costs the program some money, whether it's through travel or equipment, etc.
Yeah, it's a hidden cost, but it's
absolutely.
there. Yeah.
There's hidden costs there. We know that. And they're saying also trying to head off more litigation. They're saying since the lawyers have already sued the NCAA over their name, image, and likeness, transfers, etc. They're saying that can staff off some litigation, maybe with a roster cap. We're more defensible, saying, hey, we've given you some competitive reasons, or at least that goes to the thinking. And then they're saying teams are exceeding the scholarship limits anyway because players that are not on scholarships, they're getting NIL money to cover some of those costs anyway. Guys, I still think that they're still ironing out these details. But, man, as you mentioned, Raff, earlier too, you're going to have a hard time even filling some of these bowl games when you trim your roster from maybe 110, 115 to 85, or just even the health throughout a season.
Well, even they're talking about, like Coach Rule had brought back like the stations. Well, you're not going to be able to do that anymore because you're just not going to have the numbers to run those.
Nope.
And Raff, explain to them, me and AG know exactly what you're talking about stations because we had to do it. Explain to some of the listeners who may not know what you're talking about by the stations, the 4 stations.
So you just say you got like four sets. You have like your first team, you have your second team, third team, fourth team, or however you decide to match them up. Sometimes the ones go against twos versus ones, So you're able to get those younger players that are running, the same, because a lot of college teams, and even Nebraska did this, under some of the coaches where they just had your first, maybe your first versus your second versus your first, and the rest
maybe
of the
your
guys
thirds, your third.
And the rest of your guys are just standing around watching the entire practice. So with stations, you're able to get your young players, basically running the same plays as your starting team, and it's just great for experience. But if you only have like 85 players on your team, there's no way you'll be able to do that. So you're gonna cost those players a lot of experience, learning the plays, learning the offenses and defenses.
AG, with that point there, AG, you remember how from the starters like you to the scout team players like me, we got reps. Yep. And I remember Coach Osborne people would come and ask him, how do you get so many reps? They would literally have coaches calling them and at the coaches' clinics asking them, how are your players getting all these reps? He goes, there's no reason why you should have players standing around the field. He goes, we thought it was just common sense. Like, why would you not employ every single player out there So when one player went down, perfect example, you guys, when Frazier went out, when Behringer went out, Terminator was ready to go because he'd been doing it all week anyway.
And that's where the fans and the crowd don't realize that he was doing those reps. And so they're so excited, like, oh man, we got Matt Turman from Tecumseh, somebody that we didn't know that we're going to make on the field. We knew he was on the roster, but now he's playing great on top of that. That's why he had the reps already in. And then so no nervousness, all confidence to go out there and run that offense for Matt.
Absolutely. Didn't have to kick any rust off because he'd already been playing.
None.
John in Cortland, he says some schools don't have all the men's programs, gymnastics, swimming, etc., and soccer. Exactly. And we read that as well, John in Cortland, because some schools don't have lacrosse, beach volleyball, etc. So it's going to impact schools differently as far as that goes. Folks, when we come back, it's been a great show. Man, it's been blazing by. We got some RGT segments to talk about. CWS previews for today as well. It's Wednesday. It's The Drive. Raff, the Mayors in North Platte. We got Ramon Green in H-Town. Me and Sarah here at the Mothership. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red. There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. See a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. An afternoon high around 72. Tonight, showers and storms likely, below around 63. And tomorrow, a continued chance of showers and storms. It will be warmer, though, with the high around 87. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We are back on Wednesday. It's The Drive. 93.7 The Ticket. Raff, who's it brought to us by?
Hour 2 is proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hahn and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Real quick before we go on to the next topic, I got from Thunder Not Collins here in the chat. I don't know if y'all saw that. So he said, when I mentioned that I would like, if I was going to jump teams during the game, you might have saw this, Chris. That's probably why you're smiling. So he said, come on, AG. You would never lower your standards enough to play for the Donkeys. I'm like, dang, the Donkeys. I was like, when I read that, I was like, that's cold-blooded right there, Thunder Not Collins. Oh, man, he called the Broncos the Donkeys. I've never heard that one.
You never heard the Donkeys before?
No, not in reference to that. No, I didn't know. I had to
live my entire junior high career with the Donkeys.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know, there's a good text here by IQ Crew as well. Good morning to you, brother. He goes, as far as walk-ons going away, there's always been a theory that so-and-so would rather walk on at Nebraska and take a scholarship at Roast Beef State. Given the situation, that player would have to take that the running back state schooling. How much of the elimination of the walk-on program cause a trickle-down effect and leaving players on the outside looking in from the game they love? Yeah. You know, IQ Crew, I think if they go through with this, I think there's going to be a lot, unfortunately. I think there will be a lot. It may benefit your lower tier schools. But yeah, this could be very impactful as far as that goes. It could be very impactful. So we'll see how hopefully they get this arranged. But when it comes to the powers that be, you have no idea what they're going to do. Who knows? Who knows? Yep. Guys, there is some big games today. Obviously, there was weather delays yesterday at the CWS. Not delays. There were postponements until today, 10 a.m. You have Kentucky and Florida. Guys, I'm going to roll with what I said yesterday. I still think Florida gets Kentucky, man. What you guys thought? That game's at 10 o'clock.
I'll go Florida.
Yeah. Florida, the bats are hot, and the pitching is doing just enough to leave the other team in a place of obviously not getting hits themselves. So they're doing a good job with that. And you got Jack Caliglione is hot right now, along with some of his other teammates. So I'm going Florida as well.
Yeah, I think Florida gets it done. Man, their backs. It's obviously an elimination game. They got to win or go home. And I just don't see Florida with their bats being as hot losing this one. At 2 p.m., Tennessee versus Florida State. Florida State, of course, had back-to-back homers against Carolina yesterday. They were actually trailing in that game for a while. In Florida State, as we all call, they came back and got it done. They faced Tennessee today. Do you guys think Florida State, they have enough left in the tank to make it interesting with Tennessee?
Let me see here. Raff, you could go first.
I'm going with Tennessee. Maybe Peyton Manning shows up again. You never know. I'm going with the Sheriff and the Vols.
He can't help himself.
Yeah, gotcha. I'm gonna go to Tennessee as well because, like I said, they got a thorn in their side to get and taking it out from a few years ago, having a great season, and this having that taste in the back of their throats. Want to get that out of there, get some wins here, and potentially get into the series of getting them to the world championship. So they gonna definitely got to start here with this win.
You know what, guys? Here's what I think.
Tennessee.
Of course.
Tennessee. Lord, I really
Oh, Lord.
down and losing.
That's who I think is going to win.
Spoken like a true AD. Yes. That's something I would see college AD do.
Yep. Right up in the bibbies.
Right.
Yeah, I see Tennessee winning this one as well. I think they're both going to be great games, but I see Tennessee taking care of business in that game. And I would say, first of all, the temperatures are going to be a lot more conducive for these for the fans. At least it's not going to be blazing hot. It's going to be it's almost like, not saying it's like fall baseball, but it's going to be a lot chillier than it was the past couple of days for sure. So it'll be a lot more conducive temperatures for our team, which I'll announce. They will be down there from 10 a.m. live all the way until 6 p.m. at the Blur parties. There are tickets available today for the Blur parties. Yesterday they were just overran with people. Obviously, the game was canceled, but they still had a packed house in there.
Is there another game today?
Yeah, I think it is. No, it's not. No,
Just two today. Okay.
I believe it's just 2 games today.
It's just 2 games today. Texas A&M is obviously waiting on.
I think Sarah, go ahead. Oh, absolutely, go ahead, Sarah. Is there 3 tonight? There one more tonight?
Yeah, there's a 10, 2, and 6.
So
the 10 was the cancellation game.
The afternoon
from yesterday.
afternoon game got moved up an hour.
There we go.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Thank you, Sarah.
Look at Sarah holding it down. She goes, no, let me correct you on that one, Baldy.
So who plays the third game?
It's gonna be
10,
whoever wins. Who wins the Florida Kentucky? I guess.
Yeah,
it has to be.
I think it's whoever wins the Kentucky game versus Tech.
Oh, so they don't know who's going to play that game later tonight. Okay.
That's right. I'll have to figure that out. But that's right. Whoever wins the game, the 10 a.m. game, plays again tonight at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha.
right. A&M. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, so they're not calling to Sarah's on it. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. I thought that was kind of odd. I was like, wait a minute. No, she goes, nope, there's 3. That's why we got to have a good team to keep us on the straight and narrow in here. Raff, what you got for the
Did Trev invite you up to the game tonight, AD?
What's that?
Did Trev invite you up to the game tonight?
I don't know if Trev invited me up to the game or not. I know Trev snatched me from a few reverses that I was running on scout team, and there was one Raff and AG I thought I had. I'll never forget, when the Cook Pavilion, and man, I was about to do my thing. I put a move on somebody, and the next thing I know, I just was in a pile, and Trev said, "Not today, AD." It was that simple. Yeah, man, I want Trev to go ahead and live his life, man. I ain't got no ill will towards the brother, man. Life.
Well, that's why I figured he'd probably invite you up.
There you go.
That would be a hard pass.
Hard pass.
I'm Husker till I die, baby.
There you go.
Husker till I die. But if it was in the suite, I'd be like, yeah, I'll come here with a Husker hat on.
I
can't leave my loyalties, man.
That'd be awesome right there.
Yeah, it would. Raff, what you got, man?
All right, everybody. Today's Ralph's Good Take. It goes out to Jeremiah Droscher. Jeremiah, he did stunt riding with Nowhere BMX. I'd had Nowhere BMX as a Ralph's Good Take earlier. Well, Jeremiah passed away a couple weeks ago, and it has just been an amazing thing to see the way the Nowhere BMX team, Carl Hinckley, he runs it. He gives it an amazing speech on the Nowhere BMX Facebook site, just talking about Jeremiah, just what a great person he was. What Carl Hinckley, Nowhere BMX, and what Jeremiah have done, just promoting, being nice to each other. It's everything that Raff's Good Take stands for. So I just wanted to give the Raff's Good Take out to the memory of Jeremiah. And I just wanted to say, Carl Hinckley, what you're doing is amazing. And they've been doing hashtag Ride for Maya. So all my thoughts and prayers to Maya's family. You are Raff's Good Take.
Love it, man. Love it, Raff. Today, folks, for the Attitude Adjustment is always sponsored by ILC. ILC is hiring integrated life choices for direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska. Full-time, part-time days, evenings, and weekends. Help ensure a meaningful life for the people you support and help them to achieve their hopes and dreams. Apply at ilc.net/careers. Folks, time is the most precious thing we own. Can't get any more of it. Can't make it. You have to use it. Don't waste it. It is so precious. We've heard countless songs, about time, and it's not on our side. You look at this, you guys. Yeah, man, we're staring down the barrel right now of 6 months into the year. We're halfway through 2024. Do not waste time because it's our most precious commodity. AG, any last words before Raff takes us out, my man?
Oh no, man! It was what y'all both just said. They are beautiful, and I say inspiring. And you should definitely log it in your Post-its or in your mental to know things that are out there that you always gotta be conscious of where you're living life on planet Earth.
Absolutely, bro. Solid. AG, Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everyone. Before I let everyone go, I just want to say AG would have looked amazing in a Denver Broncos uniform. Everybody, be nice to each other, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know that you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems need solvers.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit